Ooh, my internet signal is super weak today. All right, assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. Let's talk about life, love, and business this morning. Okay, we got to get back to our daily morning coffee talks. I've been super busy and I thought I'd jump out here. I don't even know how many of you all will get the notification, but we'll see. If I was motivated to jump out here, maybe I was motivated to have a message that will support someone and love somebody today, right on into their wildest dreams. So be a friend and tell a friend, and I'll be right back.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. Pull that down so y'all can see my blinged out sweatshirt there. My crystal commemorative Elijah coin sweatshirt. So cute. So cute. You got to get you one before we run out because people are loving it. Loving it. Y'all doing okay? I know some people are stressed out because of the elections, and y'all don't let this stuff stress y'all out. You gotta hook into a power greater than yourself. It's important to be concerned about local politics and things like that. I get it, but don't don't do that to yourself. Don't get depressed and sad. I was thinking about this. I think it was yesterday, and somebody had called me and they said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm happy. How are you?" And they immediately, I could tell, got irritated or triggered by my response. Because I think maybe because they're so used to when you ask somebody how they doing, they just say, "Oh, I'm fine." But I said, "I'm happy. How are you?" And they got really triggered and really irritated. And I know the person well enough. So I said, "What was that?" And they was just like, "Oh, nothing." No, I said, "No, there was something." And we started just, diving into the conversation, and triggers and trauma started coming up about different things that had happened that had withered away at my friend's faith. And he hadn't even realized it, that this was withering away at his faith. And I said, "How long have you been feeling?" Because he's working on something big and I hadn't spoken to him in a couple of weeks. So I texted him like, "Hey, what's going on? Because I'm getting busy. If you need me, let me know, da da da." And so he calls back and I said, "I'm happy. How are you?" So anyway, so we started talking about trauma, and we boiled it all the way down to, oftentimes for us as a people, we are afraid to be happy. Did you know that happy is a whole process? Like, like to get to the point where you're happy is a process, and then to be in a space of happiness is a whole process. And he said, to me, he said, "One of the things about you that I've always admired is that you have the courage to be happy. You have the courage to be excited, and you don't look for anybody to make you happy." And I said, "Well, there are things that people can do to make me happy, but I don't wake up going, I want this person to make me happy today. I'm responsible for my own happiness. I'm working through the healing processes, the forgiveness, all the stuff that I got to do to get myself to happy and love." We talk about that all the time. But I said, "You're correct. I'm not afraid to be happy." And so many of us have gone through so much that we're so afraid of being happy that we think that if we are happy, that there's somebody that's going to come and try to steal our joy. There just might be. But you got to find your space to happy. Sometimes I was dealing with getting a car service yesterday, and they just weren't communicating. It was being goofy and weird. And finally, when I got the car back, I got in it, and I was getting ready to, drive off, and I was literally a little irritated. And I said, up, stop. This is not going to take your happiness away. You woke up happy. And so don't let the lack of communication, the lackluster customer service, don't let these things take away your happiness. Stop. And so I stopped right in the middle of the parking lot, put the car in park, and said a prayer of gratitude and thankfulness in a more mindful way, right? Because for me, anytime I exchange anything with anybody, I always say thank you. But this time, nope, 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 nope. Not just I'm grateful, but I'm mad. Not I'm grateful, but they get on my nerves. Not grateful, but I can't stand them. I'm grateful and I'm happy. So with that, you see what I did where I took my vibration from here to here. And at first I was tired and fatigue went away. And I got happy and I said, okay, okay. I changed my state. And so when I had spoken to my friend earlier, that's when I remember. I said, wait. You was happy. Don't let these people, and I'm saying that to you all because so many of you all have said that you're stressed out with the elections, you're tired, but don't let anything that happens negotiate you out of your happiness, because that happy place is where you manifest. And if you can't do nothing but be happy about something that happened 2 years ago, that's okay too. Do what you got to do to get yourself there. If you're happy looking at how good your child is doing, or if you're happy about how loving your mate treats you, if you're happy about, anything, find something to be happy about. If you said ain't nothing in my life happy, oh, it's something. I'm happy to be able to think. I'm happy for my education. I'm happy to be smart. I'm happy to be a beautiful Black woman. Find something. Find something. I'm happy to be born where I was born, when I was born, at the time I was born. I'm happy to be who I am. I'm happy for the evolution that I've come through. Find those things and celebrate that. We're going to kick off this Tuesday and make it Happy Tuesday. Period. Keenex Robinson said, that's powerful. Nubia Latifa, good morning, all. Welcome, sis. Because of you, I started looking more into emotional intelligence. All praises due to Allah. Look into those emotional states, and you see how right there in that parking lot, I took that quick minute. I've been doing this for a while, so I can do it quicker. But there are times where I'm so far down the scale and maybe in the wrong direction where it may take a little talking down, right? Got to talk yourself up to the next level. But give yourself permission to be happy. Yes, there's other things in your life that you want. There's other things in your life that you want badly. There are things in your life that you are so disappointed about. There are things in your life that you need. Things in your life that you need so much. But do not allow the absence of those things to negotiate you out of your happiness. Because guess what? Staying in that happy space, that joyous space is what's going to help you along the way towards what you want and need so much and so badly. See, as a collective of Black people, we oftentimes get negotiated out of our happiness. We get something good that's happened, and then these people know how to bring up an assassination or bring up something. You'll see it on television. So much of, Black History Month, we don't get a chance to celebrate because we got to talk about in them quick little less than 30 days what they done did to us, how many people been assassinated, how long we was hurting. We can't even get to the inventors and the incredible people that saw their way to that next level. Walaikum salam, Sister Christine. So don't let anybody negotiate you out of your happiness. You be intentional about being happy. If you go and you just find out today that you flunked a test that you got to take over, you get intentional about your happiness. If you walked in there to take the test, thank God for the legs to walk in there. Thank Him for the opportunity. But take some time that don't just be grateful and whatever other emotion you're experiencing. Add the happiness on top of your gratitude. And I'm going to say it again. Yesterday, for example, I just mentioned that I was about to be grateful and irritated. And I was about to settle in and be okay with that. Like, man, thank you, Allah, but these people are stupid. Thank you, Allah, they're crazy. And I was settling there, not thank you for not letting me fall victim to their stupidity. That wasn't it. It was thank you. So I went here. And then I said, because this is horrible, this don't make no sense, and some other ranting I did, I came here. Okay? Be intentional about being happy. What did I do? I put that car in park and I said, you know what? I'm grateful, but I'm happy. I'm grateful to even have these problems. These are high class problems. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm happy. I'm grateful and I'm happy. So not only am I grateful that certain things are happening for me and have happened for me in the past, and that I'm in a certain space in my life, but I'm happy about it. And be okay with being happy. Stop being afraid to be happy because you're so focused on what you want, what you didn't get, what you can't have, what you need. Guess what? You being focused on the fact that you need that stuff so bad and it's not there, you being focused on the absence of it is not going to make it come. Take a chance. If you can't get with the whole vibrational and you don't really understand it, try grateful and happy. Be intentional. Grateful and happy. Be intentional about being happy. Don't let people negotiate you out of your joy. Smile above their ignorance. Even if you don't smile with your teeth, you smiling with your mind and your heart. I've watched people sometimes doing something ignorant and I'm just looking at them. And on the inside, I'm just smiling. Because I'm just going to shine light on you because you're not going to be successful. There's too much powerful energy over here. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I know you're not going to be effective over here. So let me smile and shine a little light on you because maybe it'll help heal you. Be intentional. Let's stop being afraid. But that's a trauma response. If you all attended the financial trauma boot camp, we talked about that. Being afraid to have any emotions is a trauma response, but especially, what we're talking about here today, being afraid to be happy is also a trauma response, a little bit more of a specific trauma response. But I've met people and coached people who are afraid to be sad, afraid to be mad, afraid of all of that. And all of your emotions on all the spectrum are very important. And the reason why they're important because they may be setting the tone and the stage for whatever your next move is going to be. And they're going to force you to go higher, always going to keep forcing you to reach for that happy vibrational space. Does that make sense? When you get really angry, sometimes that's what's going to force you to make a change. But in that angry state, in that angry, low vibrational state, you realize at a point that in order to get to a productive state, I got to make an adjustment. I got to make a move, and I got to make an emotional move. I can't stay here in my rage and not do anything. I got to lift it up a little bit so I can go figure out what my next move is going to be. I got to reach for a higher vibration in order to be productive because of the anger I just felt. Same thing with sadness. If you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're in mourning, if you're upset, you're going to realize at a certain point that I got to snap myself up out of this if I want to continue to be productive. And if I want to utilize this tragedy, this situation that has happened to me to take myself to another level, I got to go even higher with the vibration that I practice in response to how I'm feeling. So don't dish your emotions. A lot of people misunderstand emotional intelligence, and they think it just means emotional control and the fact that I don't have any emotions. Those are the two things, but that's not true. When we say that a person has a low EQ, like they might be 50 and they really emotionally function like a 12-year-old, or maybe they're 30 and they function like a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old, or maybe they're 10 and they function emotionally like a 40-year-old. The converse can be true. But whenever we say that a person has a lower EQ than what we are expecting, we're not talking about emotional control. We're not talking about just not having emotions or eradicating emotions. What we're talking about is how you use your emotions, how you use it. So if you feel anger and frustration and you decide, I'm getting ready to cuss this mofo out, then that is a use of your emotion, and you got to see where that's going to get you. If you get upset about something, let's say professionally, and it makes you really mad, and you really, really do want to light into the person, use that emotion to force you to put together a strategy that's going to further ensure that you get what you want. Use that anger to be creative and develop strategy that's going to get you there, but then take yourself immediately emotionally to the happy place while you're creating. So I'm mad. Oh yeah, I'm real salty right now over what has happened. And when I just saw you in that meeting, I really, really, really wanted to go sister girl on you and hand you something. But I got you. Because what I'm getting ready to do right now is put together my strategy so that I'm a winner in this particular capacity. And while I'm putting this strategy together, I'm going to thank you for forcing me to think outside of the box that you're in. And I'm going to strategize. So guess what? I'm happy. Not only that I could see where your energy levels are and that I didn't fall in your trap, but I'm also happy because your ignorance forced me to strive to a higher vibration. Huh? So guess what? I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm still over here strategizing, and guess what? Then next thing you know, everything you need to realize, do, or make happen in order to overcome that obstacle will come to you flowing. It'll come to you with ease. It'll be much better. But if you go over here and start strategizing and you're still mad and you slamming everything around, that means that your mind is still in that box, that prison that they was trying to solidify you in. So you got to step up out of that. You got to go somewhere else. Got to go somewhere else in your mind, because that energy level and that circumstance that you didn't like is an indication of where you're vibrating. Now, there might be some physical things that you need to go through in order to get whatever it is that you want, but you should thank that situation. Be grateful for that situation, as hard as it is, because guess what? I know how powerful my mind is. And I know that I'll have that in 5 seconds, 5 days, 5 months, depending on what it is. I already know. And I'm glad you helped me to see not only how you see me, but how I was representing myself. So let me pull back from you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I'm going to strategize, because I'm going to use this powerful mind that I have. So the next time I come to the meeting and the next time I come to the table, I will have strategized on up around your box, and I'll be dealing with the next obstacle. I'm just using a work business example for y'all. Don't be so quick to just pop off all the time. I'm not even going to call it immature. It just signals your emotional intelligence. Be intentional about being happy. Be intentional. Be intentional about being happy. Thank you, Keen, for putting that in the chat. Any questions? I just wanted to jump out here and get our Tuesday off right, have a little coffee with you all, and talk about being intentional about being happy. Do not be afraid to be happy, and do not allow people to negotiate you out of your happy place. Don't do it. They can be grumpy. They can be mad. They might even attack you because you're happy. Thank you for letting me show you that I ain't nothing to play with. You better leave me alone with me and my little happy self. Don't, and I don't mean just walk around slapstick happy. Although you can if you feel that way. I'm not saying that that's how you have to be, but you better find some happy space in your heart. Find some happy space in your heart and give yourself permission. This is the most important part. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Sister Christine, to be happy. It's okay, Keen, to be happy. It's okay, Nubia Latifa, to be happy. It's all right, Sasha, to be happy. It's okay to be happy. It's all right. Give yourself permission. It's all right. You don't have to be afraid, because when you get happy, you connect to a force that's so powerful outside of yourself that wants to continue to give you more and more of that happy energy. All right? Give yourself permission. It's okay. So with that, do y'all have y'all commemorative Elijah Coin crystal sweatshirt? No? Yes? You ain't got yours yet? What you waiting on? And they make great Savior's Day gifts. And don't be mad if there's no more left. Don't come fussing at me. Don't come calling me. Don't come talking behind my back. Telling me, I don't know why sister don't have no such and such. Because I had them and you didn't get them. I keep trying to tell y'all that about these coins. I've been saying it now literally for 5 years. Get these commemorative Elijah coin. You have had enough time to put $350 together so you can get the coin. And if you can't put $350 together, you need to go back and splurge on this show. Go back through the manifestation series. That's a good thing for you. If you don't have $350 to get your commemorative Elijah coin and a crystal sweatshirt so you can represent, then go back through the manifestation series. It's right here in the playlist on my YouTube channel. Go back. I think we did it for 15 weeks. Manifestation series. Go back through. I'm working on a book for it also. But in the meanwhile, Go back and listen, because got a problem here. If we grown out here and we can't put together that. And all it simply means is that you are vibrating at a level, and there's something in your environment or in your thoughts that's pulling you down below a vibration that matches with $350. That's all it means. It's not to make mockery, but it's to tell us. And I use this for myself. If it's something that I'm trying to get and I say, man, I don't have $10,000 for that. What? Then I say, okay, you got to work on your vibration so you're vibrating above the vibration that matches the $10,000. Why do I want to go above it? Because I want more than the $10,000. So if you're saying, I got to get my $350 together to get my commemorative Elijah coin, this is what I want you to say to yourself. I want you to say, self, spirit, help me find the thoughts, the facts, the motivation to vibrate at a level higher than this $350 that I'm trying to get together. Just look at it as vibration. If you're saying I need $50 to go grocery shopping, then I want you to say right now to yourself, let me figure out how I can set my mind in the right space so that I'm vibrating higher than the equivalent of the $50 that I need to go to the store, because I know that if I am vibrating there, you will put me in the right space, the right time. You're going to introduce me to somebody. It's going to be some kind of work I can do. It can be something that can happen. And next thing you know, that $50 is right in my hand. So don't look at money and attach it to money and the white man and the government and the money. It's a resource that you need so that as long as you are doing good and as long as you are aligning with your purpose and working on there, taking care of your family, submitting your will to do the will of God, all of these kind of things, if you're making sure that you're lining up properly with what it is you're supposed to be doing, saying your prayers and all the other things you need to be doing, then money is just a means to help you do more of it. Okay? Don't attach all these people and forget the faces that's on the physical money and the generations of people before you that didn't have money and the this and the that and the blah blah blah. Don't think about it. I don't care if you ain't got a dime. Think about it this way. And ask yourself. You can say self, you can say spirit. What do I have to do to vibrate above the vibration level of whatever it is that I want? What do I have to do? If I'm saying I need $1,000 and I don't have $1,000, then the difference between me and the $1,000 is not somebody giving it to me, not me beating somebody else up. The difference is the adjustment in my vibration. Spirit, how do I need to vibrate in order to vibrate at the equivalent of this $1,000 that I'm looking for? Put me there. Put the right environment, the right spaces. Give me the right thoughts. Help me with the right data so that I can know and increase my vibration. I'm talking to myself. That's what I would do. And then maybe I go look for a job, or then I say, let me try to get a client, because if I get 5 clients, it'll be up to the 1,000 or whatever. Then I go look. Then next thing you know, the clients usually are right there, or the money's right there, or the opportunity's right there. But you got to change your mind first. And you got to talk to yourself and negotiate yourself. Say to yourself, I'm not going to be walking around here unhappy. Life is too short. I'm happy, and I'm happy right now. I'm happy and I'm loving whoever I can love and be a loving person right now. Right now. That's who I'm going to be. So if I smile at the next person, open the door for them, tell them good morning. Maybe I'm going through the drive-thru to get some coffee and I tell them I'm going to pay for that order back there. I'm going to be happy and I'm going to live an abundant life. And I don't care how much of a hater you are. I don't care how mad you are at me. I don't care how much you don't like me. I don't care how much my imperfections bother you. Right? Because a lot of times your imperfections and things about you bother other people more than they bother you. Right? Some people will say, let's say you're fat. Okay? Some people be more mad about you being fat than you mad about being fat. So even though you know you working on the imperfections, they acting like it's the end of their life. Don't take on their energy. You keep doing what you got to do to get to your diet and your 1 meal a day and get in shape the way you want to get in shape. Let's say you're old. Let's say you're older by society standards. Then there's more people who will talk about it and be mad about it and irritated by it than you. That's their problem. If they mad at you because you 40 years old and they keep saying, shoot, he 40 years old. That's their problem. They just made it their problem. Let them have it. It ain't yours because hopefully at 40, you better than you were at 20 and you're evolving. Who would you want to go back to your stupid old 15-year-old self? Probably not. So don't make other people's irritation over your alleged imperfections your problem. You got people out here that don't like black people. That's not my problem. You more worried about me being black than I am. I love my blackness. And I'm going to walk in it and I'm going to be happy about it. And guess what? My vibration is going to be so through the roof that I'm not even going to see you and you ain't going to be able to touch me. Get happy right now. Give yourself permission and walk through this life as a happy person who God has never, ever forsaken. All right, y'all. So get yourself to the vibrational level to get your coin, get your sweatshirt, and whatever else you want to do. Tell yourself right now, this is what I want. And I'm asking. Let me give you one more hint before I go. Let's say between where you are now and what you want is big. Okay. Let's say you're saying, okay, I make $100,000 right now. And by December of 2025, I want to have made $1 million. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to say to yourself is, I know that there's a big gap between my $100,000 a year and the $1 million that I'm trying to do in the next 365 days. So I know how smart I am. And so if I lie to me with some weird affirmations and stuff, what I'm going to do is push myself further away from the $1 million because I'm going to be saying to myself subconsciously, if you don't stop, ain't no $1 million there. So that's going to be a more dominant vibration. So this is what you do. You break that goal down into bite-sized pieces. I always say, look at it like a whole bean pie. You're not going to put the whole bean pie in your mouth. Even if you do eat the whole bean pie, you got to eat it bite by bite by bite. So slice it up. Okay. If you say, all right, it needs to be $100,000 a month, $25,000 a week. Okay. That's how I need to think about this. You can do this with any number. Okay. And then you just say, all right, how many such and such do I need to sell? How do I need to vibrate so that I'm at that $25,000 level? And so then you just keep going on and on and on, because when you give yourself a conversation about earning the 25,000, it's probably more convincing to your subconscious than the conversation you're having about earning $1 million. You see what I just did there? So I broke it up into bite-sized pieces to deal with where I am right now and my emotional intelligence and what can be more easily digested. So, I mean, if I'm saying, look, an extra $1,000 a month would change my life. Let's say that's what you're saying. If I could just bring in an extra $1,000 a month, that would just let me breathe and I could focus. So, all right, so let's do this. All right, that's $250 a week. How many days a week you work? We divide that out and we go, all right, this is what we need to get each day. And whatever you're selling, whatever you're doing, whatever you're hustling, that's what you think about. And that's what you focus on. If it's selling something out on the street, if it's on the internet, whatever, if you say, I got to sell 5 of these to meet my goal for the day, now you start telling yourself how much you can meet that goal. Now you go to that happy place. And hell, if you can't do nothing but say, man, I'm just grateful that I can divide. I divided 1,000 by 4. I'm grateful to be able to do that. Whatever. I'm being silly. Break it down into bite-sized pieces and then match your vibration to the goal, because you may not have the vocabulary or the capacity, okay, to receive the data that tells you what to do in order to get $1 million in a year, but you may have the bandwidth, listen to me good, you may have the emotional and spiritual and faith bandwidth to manifest 5,000. Okay? So it's about expanding your bandwidth. How does your bandwidth expand? Once you meet that goal, now you're doing it again. You just expanded your bandwidth because you're like, whoa, okay, last week I did 25,000. Let's go. And so you're expanding your bandwidth. And so even if you have a week where you're off, you got something in your memory bank that can go back and say, but I did 25,000 4 weeks in a row. So I can do this. And so now you start saying, download into me the data that I need so that I can make the right next move to guide me towards that 25,000 that I'm trying to do this week. Does that make sense? All right, we're going to call this mathematical happiness. That's what we're going to call this one. Mathematical happiness, y'all. Be intentional today, start today, about being happy and give yourself permission. Tell yourself right now, say, Sister Betty, it's okay to be happy. I'm using Sister Betty. She's in the chat. All right, y'all. Vibrate on at that level. Get your commemorative Elijah coin. Get your crystal commemorative Elijah coin sweatshirt. And I may go live a little later today once I get to the house. Anyway, peace and blessings, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I will keep you posted. Stay close. I'll let you guys know if I'll be on tomorrow live as well. All right. Peace and blessings, family. Love y'all.